Hi. Let me ask you something that most people are too afraid to hear. What if the reason you feel stuck isn't because you're lazy or weak, but because you're still waiting for the perfect moment to feel ready? And what if that moment never comes? The truth about self-discipline isn't found in books. It's not in motivational quotes or viral videos. It's not even in waking up at 5 a.m. The real truth? It's something most people avoid their entire lives. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you're responsible for what you do with it. This is that truth. And it begins with a story, one that might feel familiar. His name was Daniel, 34 years old, quiet, soft-spoken. From the outside, his life looked normal. A decent job, a small apartment, a good sense of humor, and a list of dreams he never told anyone about. Dreams that kept him awake at night, and that he buried every morning. He wanted to write, not just casually. He wanted to be a real writer, the kind who moved people, the kind who left a mark. But every time he sat down to begin, nothing came out. Instead, he opened another tab, another video, another distraction. He kept saying things like, "I'm just tired. I need a break first. I'll start next week." And then, next week became next month, and next month became next year. What Daniel didn't know was that procrastination wasn't his biggest enemy. Comfort was. He wasn't lazy. He was just too used to protecting himself from discomfort, too used to numbing pain instead of listening to it. And so, life kept whispering. In quiet mornings, in the silence between distractions, in that sinking feeling in his chest every night. Then one day, life stopped whispering. It screamed. Daniel received a phone call. His younger brother had suffered a heart attack, 31 years old, healthy, strong, and just like that, fragile, mortal. Daniel rushed to the hospital. He sat by his brother's side, and for the first time in years, he stared at a human being who looked just like him, and realized how short life really was. His brother survived, but something inside Daniel didn't. The version of himself that kept waiting, delaying, hiding. That part died that day. He went home, sat in silence, and wrote a sentence on a piece of paper. If I die tomorrow, what would I regret the most? The answer came faster than he expected. That I never became the man I knew I could be. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. Self-discipline is not about self-control. It's about self-respect. It's choosing to do what's right, not because it's easy, but because you finally believe you deserve more. It's understanding that comfort can be a prison disguised as peace, that pleasure can become poison if it keeps you from purpose, and that silence isn't empty. It's full of the answers you've been running from. Self-discipline doesn't begin in the morning. It begins the night before. When you choose rest instead of scrolling. When you prepare instead of procrastinate. when you decide that your word means something, even if no one's watching, and when you finally realize that life isn't waiting for you. It's happening right now, with or without you. Daniel finally understood this, not because someone told him, but because pain taught him. He didn't change overnight. There was no dramatic moment, no rocky training montage. But the next morning, he did something different. He woke up. He turned off the alarm. The first time it rang. He sat at his desk and wrote just one page. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't even good. But it was done. That night, instead of scrolling through his phone, he read 3 pages of a book. The next day, he walked for 10 minutes, not to lose weight, but to prove to himself that he could follow through. Little by little, something shifted, not on the outside, but within. He began to trust himself again, because self-discipline is not a show. It's a relationship, and like any relationship, it grows through consistency, honesty, and love. Real love. Not the soft, romantic kind, but the kind that holds you accountable. The kind that says, "You're better than this. I won't let you settle." So now, let me ask you, what are you avoiding? What truth are you still afraid to face? What version of yourself are you abandoning day after day just to feel safe? You don't need to become a different person overnight. You just need to stop pretending that your potential can wait. Self-discipline isn't about changing your entire life. It's about keeping one small promise, again and again, until it changes you. So today, I invite you to do something bold. Pause. Turn off the noise. Sit in stillness and listen, not to me, but to you. What's one thing you can do today, on purpose, that your future self will thank you for? Write it below. Say it out loud. Keep it sacred. Because once you stop running from the truth, you'll see it was never chasing you. It was waiting for you to slow down, turn around, and finally say, "I'm ready."